What's up, everybody? This is Brent Brookhouse. I am here with All Ego Ethan Page. It's time for another edition of the Bitter Boys Club. Ethan, still no baby, and
Nope.
that has led to some schedule complications.
Just like our podcast this week, the baby is late.
Yeah, yesterday I got swamped with work stuff. Then I had car trouble coming home, and I didn't have it in me last night. And your schedule opened up a little bit, so we were able to push it a day. So here we are.
Look at that. Just you talking to the broke version of me right now.
I mean, on the plus side, though, were your baby to come tomorrow, I mean, she would share a birthday with one of the this generation's top media icons, so that's a thing.
Who's that?
Hi, Brent Brookhouse. Nice to meet you.
Oh, my God. Your birthday's tomorrow?
It is.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I'm gonna forget tomorrow, so.
Yeah, and I guess when you're listening to this, it's today.
Hey, happy birthday! Let's all wish Brent a happy birthday.
So what's the status on that? I saw the video that you put up. You're not going to be at the 3 dates you had booked for this weekend.
Yeah, and how good were those shows? Like, man, like the video is 99.99% accurate as to how I'm feeling. I wish I could relay more frustration for the fear of the baby not coming and me and my wife missing out on 3 days of work. But it's the thought of if the baby came while I was away, it would tear me to shreds. So it's not even worth risking.
Right, and that's like a forever thing, like for the rest of your life and her life.
And like all three companies, I'm very close with the promoters, the wrestlers there. So it's like I didn't necessarily burn any bridges.
Yeah, I had it on my schedule. I was going to try to go to freelance tomorrow or today, I guess, depending on when you're listening.
Yep.
But Friday night, and then Saturday night try and hit up Black Label Pro also. But now, between the car kind of acting up and the fact that we are under a...
Yo, what up with this weather?
Yeah, we're under a storm watch that says that we might get 15 inches in like a day here, so...
Yeah, I was chatting with the Black Label promoter, and he was sending me like a news article pretty much saying, like, don't leave your house.
Yeah, there were all kinds of... there's already all the don't travel if you don't have to kind of stuff going on, so I'll probably pass on getting out to the shows this weekend.
Yeah, and you know what the stupidest part is? The Canadian car is for sure going still, and I would have went with them without a shadow of a doubt. So, I guess even double bonus for me is I'm missing the bad weather, because if I got stuck or in an accident, ugh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, the weather just makes it even more complicated if you tried to travel and then thought maybe you could hustle back if you need it. Like, there's just no way around.
Yeah, especially because it would be driving, then flying. So having to fly home on Sunday, who knows what the weather's like. And it's pretty bad in Canada, too, so...
So what's your status now? Are you guys into the induction territory, or?
Yeah, so the due date was two or 3 days ago, and I guess the baby is supposed to be induced, if we need to, on February 17th, which is the day before the Alpha 1 show. So I'm creeping on some stressful territory here.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's a ways though. Sometimes they don't give you that long to try and play with. I mean, obviously, it's always your choice. It's not like they can force you to induce or anything. But
right.
But yeah, you got some time at least, and hopefully a little more time.
Well, I'm thinking the day before this weekend ends, like, this baby has to come.
Yeah.
It has to. I did not miss these shows for nothing. It has to come.
Yeah, I feel you. That's
I'm a good person. I open doors for old ladies. If I'm sitting on a bus, which is very rare, I give my seat up. Come on, baby, just please come out. My wife's gonna kill me that I'm telling this story, but when we're laying in bed, I put my flashlight on my phone and I started pointing it to her crotch, just saying, "Come on, baby, follow the light. Come on out." She laughed, but I think talking about her crotch on a podcast is what she'd get mad about.
yeah, but I think at this point there's probably so many other things to be frustrated by that I'm sure
Yeah.
that's low on the list.
Yes, it is. And last night was pure trauma for me. Um, she got like a pseudo contraction, nothing, I guess, world changing, and had a bunch of cravings, which is weird because she hasn't really had many throughout the pregnancy. It's been pretty relaxed. But we went to a place called Costco. It's identical to Sam's Club. It's just the Canadian version.
Oh no, we've got Costco's all over the place in the States.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So Costco, and bought so many things that I am not allowed to eat because I'm trying to show up in the best version of me to Japan. We got like a 10-pound bag of chocolate covered almonds, the biggest box of waffles, a huge tub of variety store selling size of sour keys, not the small ones, but the big ones, a gallon of Moose Track ice cream. I don't know, does any of this sound appetizing to you?
Not really. I'm not a sweets guy, really.
What do you like?
I'm more of a like salty snack kind of guy.
So you're a chocolate covered pretzel.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right.
Yeah, we had the guy who I got hired to replace. He retires tomorrow, and his birthday is tomorrow, which is also my birthday. So
that's kind of creepy. You took this guy's job?
Yeah.
Did they only give it to you because you had the same qualifications as him?
Yeah,
white and birthday.
Right. So I think he probably might make it easy on the system to just erase his name and put me in.
Yeah, same age? No.
There
you go.
But they had a combination retirement double birthday party at the office, and they had family come in. So I had my daughter there and my fiance, who's also pregnant, and I brought home like a quarter of this cake, and she just devastated it today.
Good for her.
Yeah, I'm sure she wouldn't be thrilled with me pointing that out.
You know what? Don't be ashamed of that. I tell my wife every time I leave the house, I offer her McDonald's or to stop and get her an O. Henry.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a standing offer. Anytime I will go get you whatever you need.
But... yeah, and she's been all right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. It's I'm tired of waiting for this baby. I can only imagine how my wife feels carrying my Mongolian baby.
Oh, yeah, we've got 3 months left, and I'm tired of waiting. So. All right, so you were back in the ring last weekend, though.
Yes, I was, and it was awesome. I had the same opponent for both matches, but it's a guy I have amazing chemistry with. His name is Alessandro Del Bruno. He's an Alpha 1. I don't want to say exclusive. He wrestles in Canada, but as far as what people are watching, if you want to check him out, your best bet is Alpha 1. And we had 2 bangers. I went 20-something minutes for the Southside title against him on Saturday for Alpha 1 Wrestling. This show was in Oshawa, Ontario, and the DVD is already available on MP4, VOD, and DVD itself on Smart Mark Video. So check that out. It was one of my favorite matches of this year already, which is awesome. Felt great in the ring. And we did it again the next day for New School Wrestling. And I defended my title both times.
So how do you approach that? Same guy two nights back to back. I mean, do you go out of your way to avoid too much of doing the same match.
Well, and the thing too is I respect fans that travel and fans that watch things online, because I actually did a seminar on Thursday in Hamilton, and this is one of the things I talk about is there is no more, you don't have the ability to have the same match twice anymore because you're going to get caught. Everyone is filming everything at all times. Like even a fan cam put on YouTube compared to the DVD of a show the next day. Like if someone filmed our match on Sunday, I'm going to release the match on Saturday on DVD. If they were the same, at least one person would notice. And
Yeah.
you never want to insult your paying customer.
Yeah, and it is, I mean, with it being kind of a boom period for the indies, you're everywhere. Every match
Yep.
is out there. Almost every match.
Yep.
And
And
then,
there's like stuff I repeat for sure. Like
well, everybody does. You've got your moves, and
yeah, certain ways to get into them and reverse them and whatever. But
which is, I mean, there's never been a wrestler ever who doesn't.
yeah, exactly. But same opponent to have the same match, no effing chance.
Right. So you felt good both times.
Oh, awesome! Both times, I'm so happy. And that pains me more for this weekend, just because, like, I got in a good groove, and I was excited to go out there and steal all the shows this weekend. But yeah, I'll just rewatch my matches from that weekend this weekend and pick them apart.
And I think that you've got about as good a reason.
Oh no, yes, for
I
sure,
think it's
for sure.
kind of birth and death are the two that there's no birth, death, and serious injury. I guess are the three excuses you can pull out.
Death. I would even debate death, because
I guess it depends how close the death is.
no, not even that, because you can schedule. Like, if I knew, see, the part that sucks is if I knew when the baby would come, that would make my life a lot easier. I know not to take this show, but to take this show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean we have to do a planned C-section because
there you go.
the last birth briefly killed her, so she's not allowed to do the regular. So yeah, if you could do that, that would make life a lot easier. But not an ideal choice.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so how about the rest of the show? Not just your match. How?
Oh man, so this show, I guess I could talk about it better. I was trying to tweet something from the Alpha One thing about how, like, I just didn't want to say we drew like shit, but we did. The draw sucked, but it was every fan that came to see the show. So there was maybe 60 people there. We regularly do about 140, 120 in that building. It's a tiny, tiny building. There's about 60 people there, so about half full, and they were freaking loving it.
That's awesome. It's I've definitely been at some shows where maybe the house disappointed a little bit, and the work reflected the disappointment, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, this is the reverse.
Right. But I feel like there have also been a lot of shows like that where it was a small crowd, but everybody was into it, so
every IWA Mid-South show.
Yeah, that's true.
That anyone ever loves.
Right, because I mean we went to those shows a lot when I was younger, and I mean it was the same like 40 people at every show.
Yeah, every single week or every 2 weeks or whatever.
Yep.
So the show itself, worth every penny on a DVD or someone buying a ticket to go there. The opening match I did commentary for, it was a 4-way. A guy named BMD versus Alex Daniels versus a guy named Mark Wheeler and Shane Saber. And it was so well put together and paced and fun and exciting. And then later on in the show, there's only 6 matches because there was an Iron Man. And then later on in the show, myself versus Del Bruno for the Southside title, put in a solid 20. One of my favorite matches, like I said. Following me was Ricky Shane Page versus the Bone Crusher Steve Brown for the Alpha Male title and the CZW World title. These are two guys combined probably well over 750, 800.
All right.
And they did shit that I couldn't even think of doing.
All right.
Like this guy, Steve Brown, over 400, easy. Spinning wheel kick, vaulting over the top rope to the outside, running up to the middle rope and jumping back into a clothesline. Took a superplex.
Yeah, it's almost becoming like if you're a huge dude, you have to do that because there's some out there that are, and you're like almost disappointing if you don't.
Pretty much. Yet here I am, average Joe, getting away with not doing that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but there's a sweet spot, I guess, size-wise, where you can just be a wrestler.
Yep, I'm hoping that I'm there because I don't want to have to be doing all that crazy stuff. But I was very happy that Steve, it was his birthday actually that day, turned 34. I think it was his like 14th year in wrestling. And he came to the back and, you know, the locker room clapped for him. And he said that was like one of the best matches he's had in his career. And like, it was a good moment for him. And he's actually a big fan of CZW. So it was cool that he got to wrestle for the title. But yeah, that was an awesome match. And then we went into intermission and came back with one match that was 60 minutes long. That was unlike anything you could see because Josh Alexander is the most stubborn human being on earth. He got put in an Iron Man match by request. He knows the promoter. And he wanted a 60-minute match so that he could cut the same pace for the whole match, start to finish. And I felt so bad for Kobe Durst because there was moments in there where he was picking hairs out of his mouth. And I was like, oh, he's done. He's gassed. And Josh is like, yeah, we're not done. We have 40 minutes left. And I did commentary for that one with Ricky Shane Page. And it was cool to sit with my buddy to watch two of my other buddies wrestle for 60 minutes at full speed and have these 60 people just mesmerized by the fact that these guys are just pure athletes. It was awesome.
Okay, I need to see that match now.
Dude, you do.
That sounds wild.
We put a clip. We put a clip up of them chopping each other, and this was like maybe 50 minutes in. Josh back chops Kobe Durst, which is like it's the most painful thing you could do to somebody. And you have like 10 minutes left. You're so tired. Like it was so wild. He's just slapping him in the face. The chops in this match were like the hardest chops I've ever seen or heard. And Kobe is just like his knee pads are down to his ankles. His elbow pads are down to his wrists. His hair is just covering his face. He looks like a hunchback because he's just like trying and clawing like through this whole match. And Josh is just like breathing normal, just a freaking machine, beating the living shit out of him. It was like the best lesson ever for Kobe and the best confidence booster for Josh. And they both looked like stars when it was over. And it's not the end of their thing. Josh ended it with telling Kobe to come back to him when he's ready. So like we got story, we got drama, we got action. 60 full minutes. It was like not worked. Full 60. Man, it was great.
Yeah, just the concept of a full speed 60 minutes is really wild.
Man, both Ricky and I were like, this is the longest match we've ever been involved in. And we're doing commentary.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that is my plan for. That is part of what I'm doing with my birthday. I need to see the match.
Heck yeah, check it out. smartmarkvideo.com or just go to alpha-1wrestling.com. You could join us. Someone already put a review up of the show and said that the match was... You know what? I'm going to look it up because I don't want to misquote somebody and not do the guys justice that did all the work in the match, because this dude took the time to actually send us a review. Here it is. All right. I don't have enough good words to say about the main event. Alexander and Durst kept up an insane pace throughout a 60-minute Iron Man match, which isn't easy to do. Those chops from Alexander hurt my chest just watching. For me, the match was very much the young blood against the grizzled veteran and was something you just have to watch. Page and Page on commentary certainly helped to fill some of the voids whilst the guys got their break back. But to be honest, those were few and far between, and a big tip off the hat to both guys. A very enjoyable show from top to bottom with a phenomenal main event. No need for imports in this one, which just goes to show you how solid the Alpha One roster is, which is a credit to all the guys and girls involved.
Is that like the best part about that review for you? That
the ending,
that you have the roster that doesn't require bringing in everyone.
Yes, that is like everyone that works for me knows that's my ultimate goal, is to not. And you know what? I don't necessarily think we need people now. It's just I'm trying to build our product with like the online fans so that we can actually have DVDs sold worldwide. And as they're growing, our like performers will grow to have fans of their own too. So eventually, I could wean off of not that the locals aren't expensive, but it's expensive to cover someone's flight to Canada. Nothing into Canada is cheap.
Right, and you've talked about it before that the big opportunity is to use the names to build the local guys, and
that is all I do.
And that's a huge thing, because maybe somebody's a big fan of, I don't know, Joey Janela, and picks up a show because of that, or Joey Ryan.
Exactly, yeah.
They don't mind that it's, I don't remember what it was, some
sort of penis sword fight?
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it sounds
in a
like
gay men's bathhouse.
Sounds like a good weekend then, and now we're heading into a weekend of who knows what.
Yeah, hopefully a child.
We got hit with a ton of questions as you crack that cold one.
That's right. Cold Diet Pepsi. Hell yeah.
So let's hit some of these questions.
Let's do it.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Nope.
Okay, so best Super Bowl trailer, do you have a thought on this?
No. You know what one we can talk about, though, that I made you watch before we start?
Oh, yeah, we did the Venom trailer.
Yeah, how about that piece of shit?
Yeah, I don't...
What was it even about, Brent?
I was going to say, it needs more Venom.
It needs a story.
It's,
What the freaking hell is that? It's just a clips of dudes' faces.
Yeah, it's a voiceover, some shots of faces. I think.
What is he getting an MRI for?
There's an action scene.
Is there? He's running from cars that are blowing up.
Yeah, I mean that's technically action.
You could have taken that from another movie. I don't even know.
No, the only part that struck me as, I don't know, relatively cool was...
Oh, the symbiote in the...
yeah, I guess there's that, but I was just going to say the fading of the shape of...
Into the V? Are you joking? A graphic?
Right, and I was going to say, and that's not a good thing.
Oh my god, Brent. This is like...
It's not
huge for me. This is huge for me. This is Venom. This is like... He's in my top 5. This is a fucking... I just swore. I'm so mad. A buddy of mine sent it to me because he knew I was excited. I didn't even know what I watched. I didn't know what I watched. The Deadpool trailer. Now that was awesome. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. But the Venom thing, real quick though. To that point, if you put that on a TV without, the YouTube title at the bottom that it's the Venom trailer. And
No clue.
yeah, you'd just be like, that's a weird action movie, and I don't
About a guy getting an MRI.
right, and
What?
I don't understand at all what it is or why I should care.
Dude, it was so dumb. And like, who is this? Is he Eddie Brock? Is he Flash Thompson? Is he a reporter? Was he in the army and got his legs blown off? Why does he need the symbiote? Where is it coming from?
Why, when he gets the MRI, is he doing the weird face and shaking?
Yeah, because I'm just saying, the symbiote, I don't think it's made of metal. So getting an MRI while you're covered in that stuff.
Yeah, it would. You know, you could have put him by some fire, you know, and
heard some screams or something.
Right.
I don't. How about a shadow on a wall?
How about just?
Oh my God! Okay, how about this?
It's not like nobody knows what Venom looks like.
It's because they didn't finish the graphics or the CGI, so don't release it.
Yeah, I mean,
the movie's in October.
There's plenty of creative ways to go about it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, it's bad trailer.
Yeah, stupid. It's a teaser. What is it teasing? Nothing.
So I'm gonna go with best Super Bowl trailer for me was the random "Hey, Cloverfield Paradox is going to release as soon as the Super Bowl ends," because that was very exciting for me.
What is that?
That is the third movie in the Cloverfield universe.
Oh,
so
is Dan Aykroyd in it? Or no, that's not Dan Aykroyd. What's his name?
John Goodman?
Yeah, sorry, I thought Dan because it was Roseanne character.
No,
yeah, John Goodman.
It's a completely different story.
All three of them are, right?
Yeah. So this one's like a space, kind of space horror-ish, I guess. But yeah, it was like with no build-up. There had never been a trailer. They just played a short thing and said coming very soon, and then on Twitter said it's going to be out as soon as the game ends, which was a very, very unique way to go about releasing a movie with a $45 million budget. So then I, had to stay up after the Super Bowl and watch the Cloverfield Paradox, which was pretty good. Not great, but pretty good.
Damn. There you go.
Which also Joshua 7520, who had asked best Super Bowl trailer, asked thoughts on Cloverfield Paradox, and that's my thoughts on it. I don't know if anybody has seen Event Horizon from like the late 90s, I think, but that was very good and is a slightly better version of the Cloverfield Paradox. But it builds the universe. It's another Marvel-ish universe building exercise. So there we go.
Sweet.
Josh also wants to know your choice our choices for worst wrestling chant.
Worst wrestling chant? You fucked up?
Yeah, absolutely. Bar none. Like, shut up. There are very few, if any, situations where that's ever been a good chant.
Yeah. Yeah, like if someone's talking and they screw up, sure.
Yeah, especially if they're a heel who's talking, and, that's okay because that's playing into the interaction between especially if it's a heel talking, trying to shit on the fans, and they screw up, like, that's a perfect time for it.
Yeah.
If somebody's going for a move in a match, and if they actually screw up, it's terrible. But also, there are so many times where I've seen something that isn't an actual fucking up that gets the chant.
Yeah. Well, and the thing too is, like, in a real fight, which is what we're trying to convince people that we're doing, I've seen people slip. I've seen people hurt themselves. Look,
I covered the UFC and MMA for a decade. I've seen people throw up. I've seen people shit their pants. Like, stuff happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolute bar
That's
none.
our answer. Bam.
Favorite TV show currently on TV?
Ooh.
I
I
mean, I'm
guess
I'm gonna kind of cheat and say Stranger Things, which is technically on
it's on
Netflix, but
TV.
yeah,
That's a
but
network.
that's
Yeah.
TV now.
I'm gonna go with Game of Thrones, which my wife and I are probably going to be caught up 100% either tonight or tomorrow. So good stuff.
I'd
I
have
like
to
it.
I'd have to watch like 4 seasons to get caught up.
Yeah, we did that in the last 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, that's it'd be worth it. I just haven't been able to bring myself to that level of time commitment. Uh,
Yeah.
all right, let's see. I got questions DM'd to me for this episode. We got
Holy crap!
questions coming from all over. Uh, Tony, Top Rope Tony on Twitter, DM me to ask 5 questions. First of all, how did your seminar go last week, and do you have any plans on doing any in the UK?
I had a blast doing the seminar. We had about 15 people. It was a great experience, and I would love to do it in the UK. It all depends on timing, positioning, where I am, who I'm working for. But if you're interested, I would reach out to Southside Wrestling. Ben at Southside usually does 99% of my stuff. So, yeah, check it out.
This is a big one. Can we expect any toy haul videos from Japan?
Probably, yes, for sure.
All right. What is the most hardcore match you have done, and what are the limits of what you're willing to do in a hardcore match?
The most hardcore match I've ever done. Oh, that's a good question. Probably a match with Eddie Kingston in a dog collar match. I bled all over the place. It was pretty crazy. As far as weapons and stuff go, myself and Josh Alexander had a crazy, crazy match at AIW. Uh, Man, this must have been 4 or 5 years ago. We did like a superplex onto guardrail that was across the ring and another rail. Bunch of stuff on the floor, tables, chairs. Essentially, I'm like a WWF hardcore guy. I won't do glass. I won't do tacks. I just don't want to scar up my body. It just seems pointless.
And I mean, has that even gone more toned down with, a kid on the way? Like,
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
consider risk a little bit more now?
Dude, I was talking to Ricky Shane Page about this, and I'm not Joe. This is not a joke. He agreed with me. It is insane how many risks people are taking to get noticed now. Dropping people on their head, folding them in half, hurting people's necks. Like, it's insane. Like, there is not a show on earth, I don't give a shit if it's WrestleMania, that you could convince me to take something on the top of my head or like, no, it's so dangerous. Like, you need this body, like this body that you live in, you're stuck with it forever. I don't care what you believe, you have 2 lives or 3, or you get reincarnated, or you're fucking invincible because you believe in God or something. I have no idea. All I know is if I break my neck in this body, it's broken.
Yeah. You don't
People are
get a
nuts.
second body.
No, this is what you're stuck with. Dudes are 20 years old crippling themselves. And I sound like such an old piece of shit because I've done crazy stuff, and I get it, like, to get noticed, but like, oh God, with people I trust, maybe, but not even. Like, man, I'm seeing some crazy ass stuff.
Yeah, and it seems like
And
not
sorry,
all. I was gonna say not all indie wrestling necessarily, but a big portion of indie wrestling is like completely removed from the fact that we've learned a whole lot about brains and the human body. Like
yeah,
WWE tones stuff down for a reason that isn't just like, oh, we just want to tone the product down. A lot of it was health, safety, long term.
but no, that's not true, because if you watch WWE now, it's crazier than it's ever been.
I don't know that I agree with that.
For sure. Sure, they're not doing pile drivers.
Well,
Or,
and
like, that's
they're
it.
they're not taking chair shots to the head because
Okay,
of
so no
and
unprotected chair shots and no pile drivers. But if you're talking about putting miles on your body, these matches are way, way, way more intense than they were back when I was watching.
I mean, okay, yeah, I'm talking mostly about brains.
All right, I'm talking about having to get out of a chair.
Yeah, I mean, that's I think that's a necessary evil of wrestling is if they tone it down too much while the indies are ramping it up, then, why bother with WWE at all?
Well, the production, the characters, the promos, the investment in the characters, the emotional investment.
I mean, I get that, but I think there's a fear of becoming so uncool. So I don't know.
Maybe.
But either
I don't
way,
know. It's the wrestlers though too. They're the ones doing it.
right. I
They're
mean,
bringing that style from where they were to where they are.
right. And part of that is I think a feeling on some guys' parts that it's necessary if you
Yeah.
come into a world where you used to have to be at least 6'3" to have any shot, and now you're 5'9", 5'10", so you got to do a little more.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I don't know. Either way, yeah, you only have one body, so you probably shouldn't totally trash it.
Yep, that's all I'm saying.
What do you make of the Han Solo trailer?
I actually enjoyed it.
I thought it was fine. I've lost a lot of my attachment to Star Wars to where I haven't watched any of the new Star Wars movies still.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
they're pretty good though.
I know, and I want to. It's just, I don't know, limited time, and it just hasn't crept into, where I was willing to give it the time. But maybe soon.
Fair enough.
If any of your kids wanted to get into the business, what advice would you give them?
No, don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the business, but that would be my advice to my kids if they wanted to. I've been around enough of you guys to know I don't want my kid doing that.
Hey, what are you trying to say? I'm not cool?
Oh, the thing is, I know a lot of you guys. I like a lot of you guys, but that's not a lifestyle that I would want for either of my daughters, both health wise, security wise. Yeah, just no thanks. I'd also say that to after, like I said, a decade of covering MMA, if my daughter, who has watched a lot of it because it's been on TV because of my work, if she was like, I want to do that, my answer would be, yeah, no. Don't go get punched in the face, and that's not some sort of like misogyny or trying to protect a girl, or I would say the same thing to a son or anything.
Oh yeah, like it's for sure. I don't care, boy or girl.
Right, don't go spend your life getting punched in the head. It's not a good idea.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. We got more. Josh, what wrestler do you think will be signed by WWE in the next 3 years? I feel like we've gotten similar questions, and you keep cheating by saying people that we know are going to WWE.
Okay, I'll say someone I don't know.
Okay.
Joshua Briggs.
Yeah, he's got a lot of the stuff they like. I think Keith Lee will definitely get a shot. So, yeah. Crystal at Chase the Rain. I need to know when Troll Boys are coming back.
Oh, we were supposed to team at Wrestle Circus on the show that got canceled. But, yeah, I don't know.
Someday. Favorite movie this year that got nominated for Best Picture? I don't know if you've seen many of them.
Which ones got nominated?
Oh, geez, I'd have to look.
Well, yeah, that's your job.
I mean, Shape of Water, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Phantom Thread, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Get Out, The Post, Call Me by Your Name, and Lady Bird.
I didn't see any of these.
I love The Shape of Water. I love Get Out. Three Billboards was very good. The Post was exceptional. But I would probably say The Shape of Water. Yeah, that's
so. Check that out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
It's weird. It definitely falls under weird, but
that's okay.
It's good.
Creative.
This isn't really a question, but every episode of Bitter Boys Club seems to start with Brent Brookhouse asking, "Has the baby come yet?" and Ethan answering, "Not yet."
Well, guess what?
So
that's how we started today, you asshole.
Can't break the streak.
Hey, thanks for listening to every episode, though.
Yeah, that is good.
I'm sorry I called you an asshole.
Let's see. Handsome Patrick Fannin on Twitter. Please cuss about Flat Earth.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So, Flat Earth came back to, let's say, wrestling social media, because Flip Gordon was arguing with somebody about Flat Earth and how he's not a scientist and he doesn't know.
You don't have to be a goddamn scientist.
So this is my thing. This is not like me shitting on Flip Gordon. But like, I'm only saying I'm not shitting on him because he's not the only one. Like, this is not a thing where, like, I had an argument with Moose about this.
I was gonna say on the another way to get paid with ACH, you and ACH talked about Moose and Flat Earth.
So, and I think that's who he was even arguing with, which is like another, or maybe that's how I saw it. Moose quote tweeted it, saying that it's a rectangle. But anyways, so the thing that pisses me off the most about it is that he works for the government because he's in the army, right? And he is a wrestler, so he has to fly everywhere, like everywhere. So, you know, gravity, seeing the curvature of the Earth when you're that high in the sky, which is 100% possible. And it's just, come on, guys. Like, is this not, are you fucking serious?
Oh my god, I'm reading this as you're talking, and
you found it. Okay, can we at least can you read some of it?
Okay, so Tesla Motors Club tweeted out the picture of the epic views from the Roadster that's in space because of SpaceX and all that, and Flip Gordon retweeted that with fake. Then Dan Barry said, "Please tell me you don't think the Earth is flat." To which Flip Gordon responded, "I don't know. The government lies wrong to TOO when it should just be TO. Lies to us so much, I don't know what to believe." Dan Barry then said,
"Oh my god, I can't believe he tweeted." So hold on, let's talk about this too. As an employee of the government, do you think it's a bad idea to, trash your job?
Well, I mean, that's not the SpaceX stuff was not the government.
Oh, okay. So right away, the government is not even involved in this.
Right.
Because I don't know anything about this.
So Dan Barry then said, "Scientists are not the government. For the love of all things holy, just read actual scientific information. Look up another famous Dan Barry, the astronaut. He would be able to answer this better. The Earth is not flat. You've been on a plane overseas. You should know this." To which Flip Gordon said, "I myself am not a scientist, so why would I believe what a scientist says with no way of proving it except their word? They could be paid by the government to lie to the people, just saying, don't believe everything until you see it with your own two eyes." Now, at this point, I would like to offer my own personal interjection that our government wasn't even a thing when we discovered the Earth was round.
That's right.
It makes no sense. And also, you don't have to be a scientist to believe what a scientist says. That's why we have people who do specific jobs. We can't all be everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not a mathematician, so I'm not going to argue.
And wait, doesn't he go to war over somebody's, like, I don't know how that works, but like in my head, it makes sense. Like all like he doesn't actually know if this or this happened. It's just like, hey, we heard this thing. We have to send these people to blah blah blah.
Well, okay. To that point, Dan said, "You work for the government currently. Scientists from around the world are not part of a U.S. conspiracy. I've been on a plane. I've seen it with my own two eyes. The Earth is not flat. Distrusting everything doesn't make you intelligent. It makes you contrarian." To which Flip Gordon said, again, a government employee, "I never said the world was flat. You're just assuming. Yes, I do work for the government, so I know firsthand how they lie and manipulate you."
Jesus Christ.
I can't.
You think he's trying to get fired?
I don't know. This is the last one I'm going to read, because later on he says, "I just have more important things to worry about. If I really wanted to know what shape the Earth was, you're right, I could become a scientist, but honestly, I don't care enough to become one."
Oh. Okay.
I don't... There are so many things that... my head is going to goddamn explode.
Okay, Brent. Well,
I can't with the...
Give me your
Earth
opinion.
is round.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty goddamn sure, and I'm not a scientist.
Neither is Flip Gordon, and he does not agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like all things, gravity probably not real. Oxygen, that's a conspiracy. Anything scientific in my life is probably a lie because I'm not a scientist. God, come on. Flip Gordon.
Yep.
Let's get to some Wade Buswell questions, because as always, he came through big. Brent, when are you going to come to Alpha One Wrestling and do a live Bitter Boys Club? I don't know.
When?
There'd have to be enough people that want a live Bitter Boys Club. But sometime. I do actually very much want to make it up for one, so... how awesome was Steve Brown versus RSP? Man, that was amazing.
Yeah, we talked about it. It was awesome. Check it out, smartmarkvideo.com.
He also sent his thanks to you, Josh, and Kobe for the amazingly good 60-minute Iron Man match.
It was awesome.
How long did you train and where?
I feel like we talked about this. Not long. It was in Hamilton. It was like for literally like a month I left and just started traveling. I don't suggest it for everybody, but yeah.
So it's kind of know your learning style, I guess? Is that the advice? Or is
my advice is find a good school and learn properly. Because I definitely took longer getting where I wanted to go because I took the bad paths, I guess.
Who is the tallest person you have worked with?
Probably Joshua Briggs.
All right. What type of match would you not want to see or take place in?
Cage of Death.
I mean, most death matches I have no interest in, like from a viewing standpoint. That's why I always appreciated the IWA Mid-South style of put them on at the very end of your show after all the actual wrestling so that I could just duck out. Deathmatch stuff just isn't for me. Is Abyss bringing his girlfriend Janice to Alpha One?
Ooh, guess you're going to have to find out.
Coco Beware or Norman Smiley?
That's tough. Coco Beware.
I saw Coco live a long time ago, and Frankie was dead.
Aw, but he gets other parrots.
Oh no, but I mean he didn't have a parrot.
Oh.
Because the one he had died. So it was very depressing.
That is depressing.
So I'll vote Norman Smiley because he never actively made me sad in person.
Norman Smiley, very nice guy. Did a Evolve seminar, and he was the sweetest man.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually a reasonably important person in the business now, so
Yes, sir.
good on him. Thoughts on The Rock covering up his iconic tattoo?
Ugh, it hurts my soul.
Yeah, it's just sad. It's not right, and he should apologize to me personally. Favorite version of The Rock through the years?
Oh, silk shirt. Not the blue and gold one. I'm talking when he had the titty surgery.
Right, yeah.
I quit match, Rock.
Yeah, I'm going to go along with that. What's funnier, Kurt Angle's milk truck or Steve Austin's beer truck?
Milk truck for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely
Because it was
funnier.
a parody of
Right.
the original.
What's better is probably Austin's beer truck. What's funnier is Kurt Angle's milk truck.
Yeah, that's true.
What match would you book with current WWE guys for a huge main event? I mean, that's just hard because, like, what hasn't been done?
Yeah. Sorry, say the question again.
What match would you book with current WWE guys if you wanted to make a huge main event?
Oh, Brock Lesnar versus The Rock.
Is The Rock a current WWE guy?
No, but man, that's tough. Or
I mean, here's the thing: I'm a little bit out of the loop at this point. Have they done Lesnar Strowman yet? Because I know they were kind of protecting that a little bit.
I don't know.
I'm Oh yeah, they did. That's right. No Mercy. Yeah, that happened. I totally blanked on that. No Mercy last September. But I'd still go with it because it's only happened the one time.
Yeah.
So there. They did a triple threat at Royal Rumble with Strowman, Lesnar, and Kane, but singles match there's only been the one. So
Joe and Lesnar didn't do a singles, did they?
Oh yeah, they did, and it was awesome.
But like the finish was weird, right?
A little.
Yeah, so like maybe a rematch there. Which is Joe hurt?
Yeah, he's out for a little bit.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, because it was the Great Balls of Fire match with Lesnar and Joe, because Great Balls of Fire was a hilarious name, and people didn't take that match seriously, including myself, but it was 6 minutes and 25 seconds of pretty much awesome. And then they did it, like, just on a house show tour 3 times.
Oh, that's awesome. They're probably getting ready to do a big program, and he probably got hurt.
All right, let's see. Hercules Hernandez or Dino Bravo? That is Hercules Hernandez, and I will not hear otherwise.
And it's for sure Dino Bravo, but okay. Is that you getting out of your chair?
Yeah. That's all right. Big Boss Man or Akeem?
Big Boss Man.
Yeah. I mean, Akeem is awesome. There's no getting around it, but
Yeah.
But Boss Man. That's it, I think. I think we hit them all, and we are at 54 minutes right now.
This guy always got to say the time.
Because I'm always so
You're
happy with it.
Like a psychopath, man.
Yeah, but I want to hit that perfect hour-long mark. That's where I want to be. So you don't have anything coming up to plug?
No, other than Alpha 1 on February 18th in Hamilton, Ontario. Check it out. Abyss is coming. Eddie Kingston returns. I'm there. Josh Alexander. Stokely Hathaway sending a couple people. We've got Josh Briggs, Kobe Durst, Space Monkey. It's just stacked. Check it out. alpha-1wrestling.com. It's going to be an awesome show. Check out powerbomb.tv. Use promo code Alpha1, all capitals, the number 1, not spelled. You get 20 days for free, and you can check out some awesome stuff.
Also, I mean, like we talked about, you had to cancel on your 3 dates this weekend, so I feel like this is
yeah.
I feel like this is a great weekend for people to just maybe head on over to Pro Wrestling Tees.
.com/Ethan Page and grab more than one t-shirt, please.
let's keep the income coming in.
Yeah, please.
Big thanks to the good people at Cage Side Seats. Hopefully you're listening to the show there or on iTunes and Stitcher, where you can leave a rating and a review, which does tremendous things for us. Then go over to Cage Side Seats. Make sure that you read their tremendous wrestling content. And you can follow me at Brent Brookhouse on Twitter. And I think we got all the stuff we need to plug. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Well, in that case, we will head into another week. And then next week, I will ask you, did that baby come yet? And you will say...
Yes! God, I hope I say yes.